Hello everyone. I hope everybody's having a good day so far. So as you all know, today's webinar is on how to set up and use online banking. We will also be providing you with some tips on how to make online banking apps work for you. So I'll be starting off by providing you with some facts about online banking apps today. So almost every financial institution makes an app available to customers. Online banking is more secure and advanced than ever before, and physical barriers no longer keep you from doing things like making deposits or paying bills on time. Online banking can also help you achieve some independence from your caregivers or from your family, because you don't have to ask somebody to always travel to the bank. You can just take care of your finances independently. And with a mobile device like a cell phone or a tablet, or a computer like a laptop or a desktop, you can learn how to use these apps and websites and be in control of your finances. So what is the use of online banking? So online banking helps you to check your bank balance at any time. You can also pay bills and transfer it to other accounts faster, since you don't always have to be traveling to the bank. And you can also check any linked mortgages, loans, savings, or individual savings accounts. To check your bank statements and go paperless is another use of online banking as well, since you can stop getting paper bills. You can also set up or cancel direct debits or standing orders. Online banking also allows you to check any investments you might have that are linked to your account. You can also deposit checks and e-transfer money. So where can you access online banking? So it can be accessed anywhere that has internet. And generally speaking, online banking websites are protected using end-to-end strong encryption technology. However, there are many potential risks associated with using unknown and unsecured wireless Wi-Fi access points, and there can often be many public places such as airports and recharging ports, and they can have lots of scams. And a great tip is to always use and maintain firewall and antivirus softwares on your devices. So how can you deposit checks? The first step to depositing a check is to make sure you have your bank's app downloaded. If you don't know how to do this, you can often contact your bank and they will be able to help you with this process. Then you would have to log into your account and then select the option to deposit a check. Afterwards, you'll be taking a picture of the front and back of your check, then confirming the details of your deposit, and finally storing your check until it has cleared. An important note is that the process is secure and your financial information is not stored in your device. So when you open your banking app, the first thing it should do is prompt you to log in. And you can see the picture here that shows you a visual of how that should look like. If you do not have online banking, you will have to go into your bank to set it up. You can use your designated username or debit card number to log in. Each banking app will look somewhat different. But generally speaking, if you click on the account you want to deposit your check into, the option should appear within. And each banking app will look somewhat, and you may have to look around to find where the depositing check button is, because each banking app would look somewhat different. And in the first banking app, this is for Scotia Bank, the deposit button appears under the More button. But in TD apps, it appears right when you go to click into the account. So you can see that in the two pictures. So to deposit, you will have to verify the account you want to deposit to. Like this could be your basic account, your savings account, and you will enter the amount on the check. Then you can take photos of the front and back of the check by clicking the button and then click or slide to deposit.
I just also want to add quickly that when you're taking a picture of your check, it's important that you take a picture on a contrasting background. So checks are usually light colored, so you would want to place a check on a dark background, preferably like a black table or a black table mat, and take a clear picture.
Yes, that's a really good point. And so moving on to how you can send e-transfers. So you would have to go to the transfers in your banking app, and you may need to follow the instructions to set up your e-transfer profile. So e-transferring is basically like sending money to someone, and they can retrieve it by going to their email. So you would tap to send money or transfer. Then you would tap recipient and select the recipient or add a new recipient. Then step number 4 would be to select the from account and then type the dollar amount that you want to send and tap next. Finally, you can type a security question with a one-word answer that the recipient knows and tap next. You would probably have to tell that person some other way of what, if you want them to get the accurate answer for that. And then you would tap confirm. So this is just for security purposes. So sending e-transfers in Canada. So you would first have to look for the transfer or send money option on your banking app. Nearly all Canadian banks participate in Interact, so you should see it on your list of options. You can see there's a visual on the screen as well. You will first need to choose the account you want to send the e-transfer from. So this could be a checking account, a savings account, and you would have to select the recipient of your transfer and enter the amount that you want to transfer. So in order to select a recipient, you would have to search for and select a contact you already have added. Or if you need to add someone new, you would click the Add a New Contact button, and you will provide their name and email address. Lastly, you will have to choose a security question and answer, put an answer for it. And you also have the option of adding a message along with the e-transfer if you want to add something in, like the person's name or what this e-transfer money is for, so that they know it. And then you would slide or tap to send it, and the e-transfer will be sent to your recipient's email address. So sending e-transfers in the United States of America. So you would look for the transfer or send money option on your banking app. Most U.S. banks participate in Zelle. This works very similarly to the Canadian option Interact. You will then need to choose a recipient. If you have never sent them before, you will have to make a contact profile for them, just like in the Canadian e-transfer method. Next, you would have to choose the amount you want to send. You would then have to choose the account you want to send it from. And then you would click to review all this information. And lastly, you can list a reason you are sending the funds and click send. So the reason part is kind of like the messages part on the Canadian e-transfer. So how can I receive e-transfers? The first step is to tap the link in the notification message. Then you would select your financial institution. The third step is to choose a mobile banking app to deposit through mobile banking. The fourth step is to sign in to our mobile banking app and then choose a deposit to account. So you would click the deposit button. When you see the security question, you would type the answer the sender gave you. Then you would type accept and confirm. So online banking is a really good way and a lot of people prefer it. And these are some of the pros. It's really easy to set up and use. You would just have to fill out a simple form online or download the app and follow the setup instructions. It's also very convenient. You can use most of your transactions using your mobile app or by visiting your bank's online platform. You can easily pay bills, deposit checks, transfer money between accounts, and you won't have to go to the bank itself. There's also lower fees as well. So online banks don't spend on branch maintenance, which tends to have lower fees. Another pro of online banking is that there are better interest rates. Online-only banks save on the overhead costs that come with managing physical locations. They redirect some of these savings to their customers by offering high interest rates on savings and term deposits. You can also save a lot of time by online banking. So you don't have to wait in lines and you can access the bank on your mobile app at your own personal convenient time. And if you need any assistance, you can reach out to customer service by phone. It's also versatile. You can track your spendings and stay up to date with your finances. Online banking is also easily accessible. Banking with a mobile device such as your smartphone can allow you to access your bank account anywhere you are and not just at your desk at home. And you would have to have internet for this though. So accessing online banking sites. When you are accessing an online banking site, make sure your connection is secure. So a tip is to look for the HTTPS symbol in the URL and look for the padlock icon. So things you can do to keep your personal information safe. You can use encryption and antivirus softwares, firewalls, and patching, like updating softwares for security flaws. And remember that most protections are low tech. So a tip is to guard your own personal information very closely. Other ways to stay safe is to be suspicious whenever you are asked for things such as account numbers, PINs, social security numbers, passwords, and anything like that. And no matter how legitimate the email looks or the caller sounds, it could be a scam. So make sure you use your personal best judgment. The best rule to follow if someone else initiated contact with you is to never share sensitive data. Hang up and say no thanks or delete the email. Make sure that you always have a firewall, an antivirus or anti-malware software running on your devices, and keep all of your software up to date. Many of these antivirus and anti-malware programs are free and can be put on all of your devices. Security online. Banking online is probably the one activity that many people fear, simply because of the concerns around online security. So what steps do banks take? Financial institutions are held to a high standard when it comes to protecting your money and personal identity information. Federal and state regulations require banks and credit unions to use multiple layers of protective security in their online banking systems. Banks must make sure their banking platforms are safe and secure. What steps should you take? So you also play a role in making sure that your financial information is safe. More banks are using security technologies that assess anything in your device that will make you vulnerable. And it's still important to be sure that the devices you use for online banking are secure. So keep your PINs a secret. So to find your bank or credit union's app or online banking website, do a Google search on your computer or go into the App Store or Google Play on your phone and type your bank or credit union's name in the search bar. Then you can download the app. The information you will need is your account numbers or your member number, your ID, email account, PIN numbers you may already have on the account. And be prepared by having a pen and paper handy to record passwords and take notes. About the service of the staff. All the major banks have staff on hand to walk you through setup and use. They can help you learn the basics so that you can be confident in online banking. A tip is to give your local branch a call and ask for this service. Bank staff already have your account information handy, or they can look it up. Every transaction you do at the bank or with bank staff must be kept confidential. This is another layer of protection for you while you learn about your banking app. So there are really great online resources that you can use and like helpful videos, links, and tutorials that will give you a guide on online banking and provide you with some great safety tips. So if you click on these links, you can go to, like this one is about navigating online banking, and it's a guide for retirees. And it talks about online banking programs for older adults. It even gives you like steps to like start an account. Another one here is a quick online tutorial. It's like a YouTube video. There's also quick demos as well. And so make sure you take great use of the online resources that are available. And if you have any questions, you've already had a chance to ask them in the chat, but there will also be breakout rooms set very shortly. And thank you so much for taking part in our webinar.